The ArtSciLab, a brainchild of Dr. Roger Molina and Dr. Cassini Nazir, is a research lab that is aimed at fostering communication and encouraging collaboration among students and faculties from all schools on our campus. We also work with nonprofits and business organizations that are looking to solve problems that require transdisciplinary approach.
I am part of the lab because I found it interesting that it broke down the silos between disciplines. It's a place where students from different majors and schools can come in one place and talk and discuss the different projects they're working on and any ideas they want to present right to the lab. I think it's a very fortunate place to be at.
I'm from the CS department, so all of you must be wondering like what a CS student is doing in the arts lab, right? What my motivation was to join the lab is not only the technical stuff that's going on in the lab, but to get the idea of what other people thinks, what ideas they have on their mind, because any idea can be a creative for any other person.
I thought the idea behind artists and scientists collaborating together was both really important and something that I had never seen before in a research lab, which is strange to me because I think that in the professional world, you have people from all sorts of backgrounds, all sorts of identities, and career paths. Learning how to collaborate with people who are different from yourself, with different skill sets that they can bring to the table, is incredibly important. I also just like the culture of the ArtSciLab. It's incredibly creative, and Professor Molina really encourages everyone to work on their own projects, no matter how individualistic they are. I really like the amount of creative control that is afforded to its members.
The lab is doing good. I have great connections. I have great people around me. We discuss a lot of ideas every day. We work on them collectively. So basically, it's like a bit increase in my skills each and every day.
One of the things that I've learned is that there's literature out there that may have connections to my field and my projects, but I wouldn't be able to understand because it's not written for me. To share that literature with or publication with somebody who is in that field is amazing to me because I didn't know that was like a thing.
It's definitely like how to work with other people, I think, and how valuable different people's skill sets can be. Because there's so many different individuals from like different career paths in the lab, there's always like someone that you can call upon to help you with a project if you're not too familiar with how to work on a certain aspect of it.
The first thing I learned is from Professor Roger Merlina. You need to introduce yourself in like less than 30 seconds that the other person should be interested in your work. From my colleagues, how to get going with the work even in tough times, what kind of work needs to be done, what kind of advice to give others, how to help others. All of these tasks I learned, like it was a good experience with all the lab members so far as now.
Just how to work with people from different disciplines and how to do it effectively in a way that makes the final product more than the sum of its parts.
I've always been part of groups of people that set up new ways of doing things, whether it was in astronomy, publishing, or now science research. And so I think that's just part of who I am. That's part of my nature, human nature, which is working with groups of people working on emerging problems. You know, often at work you don't discuss things that happened at home. People at work, you just discuss work. You don't discuss their private lives or their personal anxieties. But I think the pandemic triggered a slightly new way of thinking about how a research lab should be run.